Perhaps nothing makes a sandwich better than bacon, but it's a bit of cruel irony that this delicious sandwich accessory is about the worst shape possible for adding to a sandwich. Wayward strips jutting out beyond the bread's perimeter, clumsily teetering atop the other ingredients. Do you go with the rickety side-by-side strips or the disappointing crisscross? Half of your bites will contain no bacon at all, and that's if you're lucky enough to not have the bacon completely fall out of the thing. And while all the technology and innovation that modernity has to offer couldn't solve this problem, it turns out all we had to do was look back into our history about 3,000 years. I'm talking about basic weaving. Today we're making bacon lattice, or weaved bacon, which is a super simple and amazing way to turn your strips of bacon into a contiguous sandwich-shaped surface that works perfectly for bread and buns alike. For each sandwich-sized piece of bacon lattice, we need 3 strips of bacon. I'm using regular thin-sliced bacon, which works better for these small lattices. If you were making a large lattice to wrap around something or place across a casserole maybe, thicker bacon would work okay, but we only have a few points of contact here on these little 3x3 lattices, and thin bacon will lie flat and stay together better. For this video, I'm making 2 lattices. I need to cut the bacon in half, so I have 6 short pieces for each lattice. On a parchment or foil lined baking sheet, I'll lay down 3 of the half strips side by side. Make sure they're right up against one another. Then it's time to weave in the other 3 pieces. I'll start by folding back the center strip and laying a piece across. Fold the center strip back, and then fold back the 2 side pieces. Add strip number 5 and fold them back. And finally, fold the other end of the center piece, lay down strip number 6, and fold it back. And I'll repeat this for the second lattice. Now, the best way to cook these is in the oven. It's easy, non-messy, and the lattice turns out perfectly. But you could also do this in a skillet if you had to, though the results aren't quite as good. I'll do one of my lattices here in the oven and one in the skillet. For the oven lattice, there's just one thing left to do. I'm going to lay an upside down cooling rack right down on top of the lattice because the weight of it will ensure that the bacon stays nice and flat. After preheating my oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, in it goes. I've found that 21 minutes is the perfect amount of time to bake to end up with bacon that is lightly crispy and not soggy. While that's baking, let's do the skillet version. After preheating my cast iron skillet, I'll set in my lattice. The main problem with the skillet method is that it involves having to move the woven bacon around too much, which causes it to want to fall apart a bit. And because bacon in a skillet wants to curl, it's imperative that I use my meat press to weigh it down. I will have to turn this bacon once, which is when the lattice really wants to try falling apart. Between placing the bacon into the skillet, turning it, and removing it from the skillet, that is too many opportunities for my little lattice to come apart. Mine turned out okay, but just wait until you see the oven version. And there we have it, just as pretty and perfect as when it went into the oven. The strips have practically fused together, and this thing is basically a solid rectangle of bacon. Now it's ready for a sandwich, cheeseburger, or one of my favorites, the ultimate BLT. Some fresh tomatoes, iceberg lettuce, mayo, of course. And you know I'm going to go ahead and slap both of those bacon lattices on there. So stop fighting with unwieldy, disheveled bacon strips on your burgers and sandwiches. Spend an extra 2 minutes and weave up some amazing bacon lattice. Be sure to like and subscribe and stay up to date with all our latest stuff, including future food videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time right here in the Great Lakes Kitchen.